Well, fine, good afternoon, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. Before I start talking about today's venue, I want to just say thank you to the 92 people who have subscribed to my channel to date. And this is, I don't know, I think it's November 6, 2021. It's a Sunday. Fitting to be here on a Sunday. But we are only 8 people away from my 100 subscriber special on the behind the scenes look of what it takes to produce a video for you. You know, things like technical failures. Oh yeah, check, technical failures. Oh, Patricia failures. Oh, too numerous to mention. But you'll get a clue into, I don't know, my own stupidity. Do I really want to show that? Yeah, probably. The foibles of being me whilst filming. Let me see, what else? How do I decide what to film for you? Might be insightful. Oh, how about those stupid human tricks that a handful of our fellow human beings do? I don't know. I mean, how do they get through the rest of their day, their year, their life, if they do such stupid things around me? Let me see. Oh, and of course, at the very end, I will share with you the 2 creepy experiences I've had, and hopefully it'll stay at 2, because this involved human beings. The kind of creepy, the level of creepy that was my gut saying get away, that level of creepy. So thank you to the 92 subscribers. Let's hope for those other 8 so I can film that, because I'm looking forward to filming that. I have not done so yet. So anyway, so thanks so much again. On to today's video. So I am in South Starksboro, Vermont. This is in Addison County. And this building just sort of intrigued me when I saw it online. Let me go ahead and move closer to the sign. I mean, I could just zoom in, but I think we know by now that my zoom is, well, lacking. This is the South Starksboro Friends Meeting Quakers. Sunday worship at 9:30 a.m. south-starksboro.neym.org. Pretty cool. So, without further ado, let me tell you about this place. So, this is the South Starksboro Friends Meeting House and Cemetery. No worries, this will be its own video, the cemetery, because we know how much I love a cemetery. Anyway, and this is an historic Quaker meeting house and cemetery on Dan Sargent Road in Starksboro, Vermont. Built in 1828 and last significantly updated in the 1870s, it is the oldest Quaker meeting house in Vermont and continues to see regular use. It was listed on the National Register of Historic Places in 1985. The South Starksboro Friends Meeting House stands in a rural area of southern Starksboro. And let me show you how rural this is. It's gorgeous, no doubt. I'm sure you can see the house with the trees there. It's very rural. I mean, I did drive by a house here and a house there on this road. But, and we can see through the trees there are houses. But still, it's a dirt road. I don't know if that really matters in Vermont. We have a lot of dirt roads here. And it's on the east side of Dan Sargent Road. It's a modest rectangular wood frame structure with a metal roof, clapboarded exterior, and modern concrete foundation. And we can see the modern concrete foundation. Let me walk a little closer so you can get a better look at that. Now, I've never been inside. I had never heard of this place prior to my research. So, we can see with my shadow right there. That's a concrete foundation. Its front facade has 3 bays, with sash windows flanking a minimally adorned entrance. No doubt. So, let me I moved back so it'd be easier to see these things. So it's a minimally adorned entrance flanked by wide moulding and topped by a cornice. And I'll walk closer in just a moment when I finish reading to show you these pieces again. The side walls each have 2 windows. See 2 windows. Let me use my handy dandy pointer. Window 1, window 2. And the rear wall has a single window in the half story, providing the sole means of access to the attic. The interior has an entry vestibule across its width, which leads into the main hall, now typically arranged with pews in a circular configuration. The interior has original bead-board wainscoting, but most of its modest stylistic elements date to the late 19th century, including kerosene lamps for lighting and a small organ. We've seen that kind of thing before, the Union Church in New Haven, Vermont. I'll put a link in the description below so you can watch that. Never was inside of that place either. Most of the half-acre or 0.20 hectare property is taken up by the cemetery, which has modest headstones and burials dating from the early 19th century to the 1970s. The Starksboro area was one of the earliest places in Vermont to be settled by Quakers, drawn by Joseph Hogue, who had established a meeting at Danby. The Starksboro meeting was organized in 1799 as the Lincoln Preparative Meeting, a subordinate group to that at Danby. In 1825, it was renamed as the Creek Meeting, and the present building was constructed the following year. Prior to that, the meeting had met at the home of David Morrison, which still stands several hundred yards north on Dan Sargent Road. In 1871, the building was enlarged by the addition of the entrance hall, and stylistic changes were made to its interior. The congregation supported a minister until 1923, and the building is still the site of regular meetings, albeit on a less frequent basis than in the past. The only other 19th century Quaker meeting house still in use in the state is in nearby Moncton. Moncton is also in Addison County. All right, let's do a walk around and check this place out, shall we? All right, so let's walk a little closer. There is a sign attached to the building. I love reading signs attached to buildings, especially since this looks like an historic marker sort of tag. Indeed it is. This property has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of the Interior. You can see the outline of my rig right there. Kind of fun. I'll show you my rig in that 100 subscriber video too, by the way. All right. There's one of those oil lamps. I don't know about you, but my mother was fascinated with oil lamps, so sometimes she'd have them burning instead of the lights on. Not the best way to read a book, but it does lend itself to some interesting ambiance. Now it does have a sign in there. I'm not sure if you can read the sign. I'll just read it to you though. South Starksboro Friends Meeting acknowledges that we worship, work, and live within Endokina, the homeland of the Western Abnaki people. Children are welcome here. Different sign. Some interesting books. Can't read the titles from here. Well, I see First Day Stories, but I can't read any other title. I see some photographs, perhaps a painting. Wish I could show you more. So I have this pressed up against the glass. And hopefully I was able to get some photographs. That's the cornice at the top here. And I would definitely describe this as a vernacular style. There ain't nothing much to this place at all. But it does have a really strong lintel right there. And these two boards on either side of the front door. It's really striking in an understated way. In case you can't tell, that lower thing right there is a padlock. I wonder if we stand a better chance of you seeing what's in there if I do it from a distance. Bookshelf, a bookcase with very old books in it. I see another oil lamp, 2 oil lamps, and 3 if you include the one in the foreground here. So, let's see. Ooh, and there's another bookcase over here too. I do love books. I have traded in books. So I do love old books. I love the feel of an old book. You? Do you like the feel of a leather-bound book? It has a distinct scent to it. That smell of leather and the old pages in it. Maybe that's just me. Let me get close to the window again. I think it'd be interesting to see the interior of this place, eh? Oh, I see a Holy Bible. Oh, that whole first row. This whole first row, that's all the Holy Bible right there. And then that black book at the top, that's a Holy Bible as well. And this red book at the top in the center is titled Faith and Practice of New England Yearly Meeting. Fascinating. There's a book, let's see, second shelf, right about here. The Night to Norway. Interesting. Fascinating stuff. Alrighty. So, let's take a walk around. I see snow. There is snow on the ground. Oh, say that ain't so. Just say no to snow. Yeah, well, if you live in Vermont, you either love this stuff or you don't. And since I don't ski, I don't sled anymore. I don't really shovel, to be honest. But the fact remains, I'd just rather not have a bunch of snow on the ground. Those are blankets on the pews. And my best guess is this is not a heated structure. All right. Oh, and there's the organ. Over here in the corner. Tipped off by the bench. I don't play organ, I play piano. Oh, is that a wood stove? What is that? Oh yeah, that's a wood stove. I don't know if that's noticeable. But you can let me know in the comments below. I mean, I'll know when I look at my photos. That crunchy sound, walking on snow. So all the windowsills have oil lamps. There's the wood stove. right there. So it is heated, but if you've not heat with wood before, then you may not realize that a wood stove, it's really nice to be seated near it. Well, not too near, other you're going to be blasted with heat. It's much better to be near a wood stove than farther away. The farther away, the less heat. Makes sense, no doubt. But alrighty, so that window up there is the sole access to the attic. Interesting. Wonder why there are no stairs inside. Ooh. Okay, so we know this building is not centrally heated besides the wood stove because this is just a grate. There's no glass. No glass at all. Clearly a storage unit. Now this building has a galvanized metal roof. This is not the church, the Quaker meeting house rather. This is what's in here? Oh, maybe this is where the children play. Couch. So to carry the theme of the two windows, at least on this side, an extra pew and a wood stove. I would think that size wood stove would produce some serious heat back here. Yeah, this is a wood shed. Obvious since there is wood down there. Nice to have air circulating along the top there to dry out the wood. Looks like we found ourselves an outhouse. Back a little further. Well, perhaps one does not want to go to the services here if you have to use an outhouse. If you've never used one, you don't know how icky they can be. But I'm guessing your imagination can help. It does have piping at the top. It's locked, by the way. I checked the door. I don't see a moon, like a crescent moon or any other shape. So let's walk all the way around. I love this time of year though. No mosquitoes. Yeah, there's no moon. And the purpose of those shapes, by the way, is actually primarily for light. Now this has a vent at the top, so reminiscent of the window in the other building. Oh, it also has a hive, a beehive. See that right up there? You really don't want that on your building. Interesting metal piece right there. And it looks like a gate for the cemetery right over here. I think you can see it better now. Okay. And then on this side, It's a double hung window. Not sure what I captured in that photograph, to be honest. I can't see squat through the windows on this side. All right, I can see this building also has the meeting house itself has a galvanized metal roof. These are not as expensive as a regular metal roof, and they don't last as long either. You already see it has some rust issues up by the chimney. Some vegetable gardens, flower beds. Interesting stuff. I need me a camera that has a wide-angled lens, clearly. Alrighty. Well, we come back around to the front. Now the clapboard just means, it's spelled clapboard, but it's pronounced clapboard. Now the clapboard just means it's wood. It's not vinyl sided. It's not sided with anything but these wooden slats. These right here. This is clapboard. And it even has a driveway right over here, which is where I'm going to be turning around when it's time to leave. Alrighty, well, this building that we're at today, again, let me come to the sign up here so you can see it. This is the South Starksboro Friends Meeting Quakers. Sunday worship. And again, southstarksboro.neym.org, New England Yearly Meeting. Clearly, since that's what that book title was. Alrighty, so thanks so much for coming with me today. This is Patricia. I'm traveling for history. I hope you have a great day. Bye.